Stepping onto this sand, the welcome isn't the breeze, but a swarm of biting ants. Shrugging off the ants, he drops his pack. The 3-hour drive pays off a solo camp on a hidden coast. Literally just you and me here right now. No one around. Look at these men. With the sun already dipping low, we must set up a base camp and start a fire before nightfall. Scouring the tree line for dry timber. Every snapped branch races against fading light. The real reason for this stay-at-dawn fishing trip depends on getting a flame going now. Ah, come on. Arms full of deadwood, the makeshift pyre takes shape. The day has evaporated in a blink, leaving only a narrow window to ignite the wilderness. A spark meets damp foliage, producing nothing but thick, choking smoke. The jungle floor refuses to yield its secrets easily, testing every ounce of patience. Oh, have you? Have we done it? I think we've done it. The fire roars to life, casting a warm glow on the coral ground. Crisis averted. He finally breathes in the heat. He packed all the fishing gear for tomorrow, but left the tent at home. The harsh reality sleeping on a raincoat over jagged rocks. All he can do is pray the sky stays dry. He pulls out a cold beer, instantly shifting the mood from despair to rugged joy. Just as he starts cooking beans and swarm in a second assault. It is peak ant season. Those earlier foraging trips into the brush came at a steep price, leaving his arms covered in itchy bites. The jungle demands a toll for every resource taken. He settles by the fire, eager to open the box before it gets dark. A rugged gun case-style container hits the sand inside. Lies a piece of tactical gear sent by a light, promising to completely rewrite the rules of nighttime visibility. The case opens to reveal a massive black metal cylinder, a long-range beacon built to pierce the dark. The Javala turbo is etched on the handle. It's a true beast. Next, a sleek white box reveals the Perun 2. It boasts 2,500 lumens and a 166-meter throw. He pulls out a compact hybrid light. It works as a headlamp or detaches to become a handheld torch. All torches have this USB. Connected to this magnet rotation, you can just... He slides the light module into the elastic headband strap. A quick flick floods the dark beach with light. He is very happy with his headla. He cracks open a tin of baked beans, an unexpected find in Indonesia. The tin sizzles on the hot coals, heating up very fast. Ooh, it's not going to take long at all. But they're like, oh, look at him. That's my dinner for the night. Rain hits his forehead. A simple mistake turns this night into a survival test. Without a tent, sleeping on the wet ground is impossible. He must find cover now. Really, hype is just a small cloud. I hope it's not gonna piss down tonight. But we'll see. Well, let's start playing with. He cranks the light to max. A blinding beam shoots out, cutting 166 meters through the dark. The dark canopy is lit like day. Every leaf, sharp against the night. Melt your next knive's eyes out with it. I think this thing throws like a kilometer. He steps into the rain for a midnight patrol. The test begins in the chaotic jungle. He lifts the boiling tin from the dying embers, a hard-earned reward. The sudden downpour nearly killed the hope with gear soaked. This rainy chapter ends. Morning light reveals the drenched boxes, yet the rugged Olight cases kept the tactical gearbone dry. He lifts the black Javelot turbo, its pistol-like shape, feeling heavy in his hand. His thumb hits the side switch, lighting up the battery readout. The machined grip ensures a secure hold even with wet hands. Next setting boost. What's this, man? This is Psycho. And then you've got this. Turbo mode unleashes a solid beam, piercing the dark. Its 130-meter throw lights up the distant horizon. The beam hits the distant canopy, turning leaves a vibrant green. This is simply the best torch he has ever held. On it swats up everything over there. So it's now this is a game changer for me. I'm going to be carrying this thing everywhere I go. He clicks it off and rests the beast in its foam. The Javelat Turbo's power leaves no doubt about its dominance. Next is the compact Perun 2. Its L shape makes it a perfect pocket-sized workhorse that will stay in his bag 24/7. Inside, a bluehead strap and charging cable sit ready. Backed by a 5-year warranty, the build quality is top-notch. A quick double tap activates turbo mode. The compact Perun 2 erupts with a blinding beam fully illuminating the surrounding forest. Hold it, but actually, and then you get these. Now that is insane. This is a tiny little torch. It's lighting up. Absolutely. Everything I snap the light onto the headband. This versatile setup ensures no shadow can hide. He drinks straight from the can, a raw moment that sparks childhood memories. Steam rises from the beans as he savors every bite amidst the rain. This simple meal tastes like a feast. For those inspired to upgrade their own night ops, Olit is running a massive flash sale. For the next 5 days, the gear that just conquered this storm is available at an unbeatable discount. Whether it's the hands-free Perun 2 headlamp or the eye-melting Javelat Turbo, both flagship models are slashed by 40%. It's the perfect window to grab a piece of tactical brilliance. He doesn't lend his name to just anything. These torches are pure no-nonsense quality force to survive the harshest elements, and they will undoubtedly elevate any outdoor adventure. Beans finished. Exhaustion fades tomorrow brings coffee and bending that rod to its limit. Dawn breaks the narrow boat, slices through swells, carrying the leader into the deep blue. The rod bends into a violent arc on the very first cast of the morning, proving the ocean is absolutely teeming with life. Local Captain Wayne rustles the first catch, a massive amberjack onto the deck, instantly validating the insane bite rate. Look at him guys whine. On the third cast, another explosive strike hits instantly, sending the reel screaming with pure adrenaline. A spectacular leap shatters the surface as the exhausted fighter takes to the air, showcasing the raw power of these deep water predators. With the sun finally breaching the horizon, the tally is already staggering. An amberjack, a mahi-mahi, and another amberjack in just 3 casts. The water boils with jumping fish everywhere, confirming they've stumbled into a localized feeding frenzy that shows 0 signs of slowing down. Beautiful beach drop, good job. The deck is now overflowing with shimmering scales as another heavy hitter is unceremoniously tossed into an already packed cooler. He proudly hoists a vibrant mahi-mahi. Its striking yellow and green hues flashing brilliantly in the golden morning sunlight. Wrapping up the relentless morning, he lifts a solid 2.5 kilo mahi. It's just still flaring in a final display of wild beauty. It is a session to remember. We've only been in for about 40 minutes despite the brutal gale and relentless waves battering the small craft. The sheer volume of fish keeps his spirit soaring through the soaking wet chaos. A sudden monstrous strike nearly rips the rod from his grip, forcing a frantic, one-handed battle to untangle the line while holding off a freight train pull. Muscles burning as he absorbs the heavy, plunging runs. He can't help but scream over the wind that this is hands down the best morning of his life. Drenched in sweat and seawater, he finally drags a gleaming mahi over the gun, laughing off the sheer panic of the tangled line showdown. Silhouetted against the glaring sun, he drops his center of gravity, locking into a grueling physical stalemate with another deep-dwelling heavy. Absolutely. Spark the He shades the mahi, grinning at his quirky catch. The captain made this lure in just 3 seconds using colored nylon. He jigs the lure slowly, tricking predators into vicious strikes. He points to the nylon in the fish's jaw, calling this simple DIY bait absolute dynamite for monster mahi. The boat pitches violently as another massive fish dives deep, testing the limits of both his gear and his own physical endurance. The line goes slack, revealing a cruel twist both he and Wei and have snapped their lines, losing their only 2 working nylon lures. A close look at the fried leader reveals the harsh truth: fish teeth sawed through the line during endless hookups. With their deadliest weapons destroyed by the very teeth they were meant to conquer. The morning's explosive action comes to an abrupt, ironic halt. Battling the blinding wind, he calls an end to the morning, having caught far more than they could track. As the rough journey back begins, he decides to give the massive haul to Captain Wayne, ensuring the local guide's family is fed and paid for the day. Taking out. I'm gonna suggest you rod back, and I'll see you guys around the front. Wire all. I don't see it going on somewhere. Now, with Sickman back on solid ground, he feeds the crackling campfire. Still buzzing from what he rightfully calls an absolute textbook day of offshore madness. Now the real challenge shifts from catching the fish to crowning the ultimate champion in a blind taste test of 3 distinct deep water species. Starving and crouching beside his makeshift volcanic rock stove, he eagerly unveils the 3 pristine fillets that will determine the victor. First up is the translucent pinkish flesh of the mahi-mahi, a stunning cut pulled straight from the morning's chaos. Next comes the thick, meaty slab of wahoo, known among anglers as one of the most delicious catches in the ocean. Rounding out the trio is the slender, elongated fillet of the rainbow runner, completing this exotic deep-sea trio for the ultimate taste test. Refusing to mask the natural flavors with fancy marinades, he seasons the raw cuts with nothing but a pinch of salt and a drizzle of oil to let the fish speak for themselves. His cooking setup is pure survival ingenuity, a roaring beach fire, and 2 strategically placed black volcanic rocks acting as a makeshift stove. He balances the pan over blazing rocks, but the intense heat forces him to pull it back. As the coals settle into a perfect even glow, he lays the wahoo fillet onto the sizzling surface, the meat instantly searing to a golden crust. So that's the wahoo. This is mahi and the center. He presses the rainbow runner firmly against the hot metal, ensuring an even sear on the final piece of the culinary puzzle. With the fish perfectly seared and resting, he sets the scorching pan aside on the sand, revealing a mouth-watering display of crispy golden brown edges. We need to go find ourselves a plate. I'm pretty sure. He carries the heavy snail-covered rock back to the fire, joking that the sea snails are a free appetizer. Starving and completely unable to wait for the meat to cool, he abandons all patience and dives straight into the piping hot feast. He tears into the wahoo, snapping the pristine white flakes apart to reveal a clean, solid texture. For what make? Nice. It's so good. Moving to the rainbow runner, he notes its complete lack of fishy odor, declaring it an absolute prime candidate for high-end sashimi. Finally, he lifts the thickest, most substantial chunk of the mahi-mahi, its dense white meat promising the ultimate showdown for the crown. As the mahi-mahi hits his palate, his eyes light up with shock, instantly recognizing a texture that outclasses the rest. He crowns the mahi-mahi as the undisputed king, proudly pointing to his shirt logo to prove his bias for this species. Strolling along the shoreline as the sun dips low, he delivers his final professional verdict. The mahi-mahi takes the gold, leaving the others to fight for scraps. Raising the last piece of the champion fish to the sky, he wraps up an absolutely sick adventure, perfectly capping off a day of relentless action and ultimate reward. Then just stick down too and, Okay, so I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for the support. Thanks for being mad dogs, and I'll see you guys in the next N.